I'm Arren.
And I'm Dave.
Welcome to Too Real.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
So Dave,
Yes.
let's have a chat about reinventing yourself. We can talk about how we've adapted it to ourselves and how we're using it to progress forwards.
Oh, as in, so how I've reinvented myself in the past, or as in going forward from now?
Just in general, bro, like if you think it's important, how you think it's helped you. It's a general conversation.
I feel like there's a fine line in that conversation about reinventing
Yeah.
yourself, because when it comes to reinventing yourself, sometimes people take it as in they completely change who they are, completely change their character, and then they forget where they come from and who they've grown up with. Like, that's the wrong side of things. I don't agree in that.
That's taking it too seriously. That's taking it to places where you can lose your confidence, you can lose your enjoyment in things, and you can just lose elements of yourself.
Facts.
So the time where I got it wrong is when I tried to change the way I was playing football to please an agent.
Okay.
So I started losing things that were my strengths, and then just stuck in my own head so I don't look the same. I'm just doing all this work but there's nothing coming out of it. What we really should be talking about is having the awareness of what your strengths are and what are the things that need to be better that you can reinvent.
Facts. And I agree because that's the only way as a person you can elevate and achieve your goals and your aspirations. Obviously, when you know you're good at something, or you know that you are going to be successful at this thing, if you put your work in it, that's when you actually start putting your work in it.
Yeah, it becomes enjoyable to put the work in.
While you're doing something you enjoy and you're elevating, and remember, that's the best way to live life in my opinion. Like, imagine you're doing something you love and you're elevating at it, getting better and better, and then you start seeing the greater rewards for it. Like, there's no better feeling in life than that.
And then there's also the fact of, imagine all the things when you were younger that you didn't overcome. All of those things you would have no idea that you have enjoyment in.
Yeah.
So for example, with me, there was a time where I didn't really know how to have a conversation. I was just good at responding to what people were saying.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really adding value to conversations. I wasn't expressing opinion. It was just more like, yeah, I agree with you, and then just little adaptations and things like that. And then imagine if I didn't reinvent myself, where I was like, no, I'm going to be confident, I'm going to go chat to people, I'm going to express who I am, I'm not going to care about people's opinions. I wouldn't have met all of you, understood how much I can enjoy sports. Because I was good at it, but I was never working on fitness, I was never learning how to train, I didn't care about eating right, drinking water. But if I didn't do that, I wouldn't look the way I do. I wouldn't have the potential of longevity that I have. Because I'm going to be 30 in like 4 or 5 months, but you wouldn't think that.
Facts.
And then when like summertime, my energy levels are stupid, bro. Remember that? What was it? 30 something miles in one day on a bike.
This guy's a sick man for that.
It's crazy. So if I didn't have the willpower to be like, nah man, I'm going after everything that I actually want to have, I wouldn't even be here. And then also, the new you versus the old you. Where the old you is trying to drag you back into what you were. Where it's like, nah man, I don't know if I can go and sit in this crowd of people and make new friends and all of that. But it's like, no, I've been doing that for years. What am I even talking about?
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it even goes back to, literally said the old versus the new. Because when I had to reinvent myself, the last time I probably had to reinvent myself was when I dropped out of uni. That was the first time in my life where I didn't know what was coming next in my near future. Because you know how when it comes to like school, so you're in primary school.
The path is given to you.
Yeah, you're primary school, the next step. Secondary school, the next step. I mean, when you start secondary school, the next step is preparing for GCSEs. Preparing for GCSEs, the next step is sixth form. All of that is leading up to like university. So man's looking off all them goals, get past sixth form, get into university, start uni. When I get to uni, it got to the point where man actually doesn't enjoy this. This isn't me, and like I don't enjoy this at all. So I dropped out, and for the first time in my life, I didn't know what I was doing. And that was the scariest point in my life, the scariest point. So I had to literally sit back and be like, right, obviously with the help of the man and the friends, mainly at the start when you start off ETS, I had to look back and be like, right, what do I actually enjoy doing? What do I see fun in? Then obviously me were talking about, right, we might as well start a brand. And then a few months after that, that's when we came up with the idea of running the barbecue. After the barbecue, like, right, we're going to start doing events and stuff like that. And that's how I reinvented myself. But the point you made about being held back to the old me, I felt that as soon as lockdown started. Because it's like before lockdown, we were just planning our first event. We made the business legal, made everything legal, the logo, the naming right, everything was legal. We was literally set the date for our first event. And then boom, lockdown came and the whole world was shut. I was thinking, like, first time in my life I'm about to do something proper that I enjoy doing. And then
Very unlikely to not work.
literally, and then the first ever global pandemic. What do you mean, bro? Like, and there's not even like man can work
On the
my way
same
around
scale with a world war.
Yeah,
What else is shutting the whole world down?
fam. And there's not even like man can work. I can work my way around it. Or literally, the avenue that we were getting into, which is eventing, like you couldn't do it. Like there was no way because it's a mass crowd, people having fun. Like so, man was literally just there for like a year and a half, 2 years, of just thinking to myself like, right, like, is this even gonna work? Do I have to reinvent myself again? Or even just go to the 9 to 5 route and just live a depressing life for the rest of my life? Like, yeah, it was
Which is no problem if you do a 9 to 5.
Yeah, no.
Because you can easily love your
Facts.
job.
Facts.
But I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's for Dave. I don't think it's for a number of people. That's all it is. There's nothing wrong with the safe route.
Nothing wrong at all. There's so many people that are living a happy life, mortgaging a good house with wife and kids, and they do the 9 to 5 route. There's nothing wrong with that. But me myself, I would be happy.
I find no excitement in it. I find that I can't really be myself. The creative side is completely shut off. And then plus there's the idea of I'm making some guy richer right now who's just sat on the beach. With not much to really like stress about on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's for me, that's
mad.
Can't do it.
I think COVID was a blessing in disguise for certain people, especially creatives as well. You really had time to sit down and think, what am I actually going to do myself when it ends? Do you know what I mean?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because obviously you know how I said I got the ATS. I got another events brand which is catered to African Portuguese speaking countries. So the events basically obviously
Shout it out, go on.
Yeah, it's called Noites em Branco. If you know, you know. Luckily that came about when me and my boy Manny, we started off like last year around May. We literally came together and we just thought, bro, he done the events on this side, I done the events on my side before. I was like, right, bro, we must as well come together and start off. But the reason why this goes back to what you said about lockdown and COVID was best in the sky was because I met Manny during lockdown because of Clubhouse.
Oh wow!
See, all them rooms in Clubhouse and that's why I met Manny. So if it wasn't for Clubhouse, I wouldn't have met Manny. Maybe I would have met him later on, but it wouldn't have been the thing where I would have met him in the sense where we're in the room like plugging each other and getting to know each other. That's why it started off as obviously we're all in the room together, we're all down going and we're all plugging each other, see what we do. Maybe I would have met him on a night out and that's it. On a one-time thing. So that's why it was definitely a blessing in disguise, lockdown, for me. Now I've got like 2 brands I'm trying to push heavy.
Even for me, like the whole of lockdown, I just graduated before we went into lockdown.
Oh yeah.
I came out of uni, went into lockdown thinking, what do I do with myself?
So you wasn't doing the videography?
No.
Oh.
And I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing, I'll be honest. But I wanted to finish it just to have it on my
What were you doing?
graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to love that. That's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
It is. So the whole lockdown I was thinking, what am I going to do with my life? You get me?
Yeah.
And I just got into, because in lockdown you're just exploring, like, you got nothing to do, bro. So man's just watching stuff, watching movies, always into music videos, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, raw, this shit kind of hard. the visual clock was turning in my head. I'm thinking,
It's mad.
So I ended up getting a job in a construction thing, because construction was on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just mashed out work, stacked peas, came out of lockdown, bought my first camera, bought the gear. No,
Now we're here, fam.
now we're here. Did you get it?
Yeah.
It was the last real time where I had to really sit down and think, who do I want to be and how do I want to get there?
Mm-hmm.
That was when I started to decide, I really can't be arsed with chasing women no more. I can't be arsed with just having them around at all hours of the day. And then because of that, way more time on my hands. And then that's where I really decided, instead of me making use of my personality to just get what I want from a woman, why don't I actually just enjoy it and do what all these other dudes are doing, which is just sit in front of a camera and have fun. Yes, you have to come up with concepts. Yes, you have to figure out how to market it. Yes, you have to have money for videographers and editors. But when you're sat in front of the camera, none of that really matters anymore, because it's more down to your personality and how you carry yourself, and your personal values and your mental health.
Facts.
I might be going a bit too deep for some people, but that's what I believe.
That's absolutely facts. That's absolutely facts.
And it made me really realise that if you're not constantly growing and developing yourself, you have no idea what you're good at and what you could enjoy. You could miss out on a long-lasting, fulfilling life just because you didn't think this is too difficult, or that's just not for me, or I'm scared. Because think about comedians. I'm sure there's been comedians in the past who are scared of public speaking. But then they get over it and they're like, wow, I love this.
Public speaking, or the fear of them making a joke and no one not laughing.
Yeah, booed off stage.
Booed off stage. Now I feel like to get booed off stage, that is absolutely nuts.
No.
That is absolutely crazy.
No, it's nuts, yeah.
Booed off stage.
But Kevin Hart said it's really not that bad.
Get me
And
off stage.
and we've heard his stories. He's had some madness happen to him, like a wing thrown at him and then some ting shouting, take your clothes off. Like, so if he's saying getting booed off ain't that bad, it probably isn't.
I can't. Bro, imagine. But I'm saying it based off like a comedian, not anything else, not a singer, but just based off a comedian. You're there to make people laugh. You're standing on stage, making people laugh. Come to the end of it, you're getting booed off, telling them fuck off the stage and all that. That, in my head, that's nuts, bro. That is crazy. Silence is bad enough. Making a joke, everyone's silent.
Should I try it? Should I try and write stand-up comedy and see what the reaction is? And see if I can handle, if it's terrible getting booed off. Should I try it?
Make my year.
Forfeit, yeah?
Make my year.
Should we write that to the forfeits list?
Make my year.
Make your year. What happens if I'm cold?
My. Then you made your year. You just made your year. That's another thing you can add to the bucket list. That's another thing. But that's nuts. You're standing there on stage, busting a joke, and you're getting booed off. Crazy. That's nuts to me. Might just be me, but to me, that's nuts. That is so nuts.
It's nuts, but at the same time, isn't it just the same as getting hate for being on camera? It's just a person's opinion. They might not enjoy your jokes, whereas another group might. So when you really break it down, I don't think it's as deep as it would be for someone else who isn't in this space, I guess.
No. The reason why I believe what you just said is a bit different is because the whole concept of a comedian is to make someone laugh. Just make someone laugh. And from when you're getting the complete opposite reception to that, bro, you have to deep with me. You have to come along with me on this ride. Pause. But the whole concept of making someone laugh and then flipping it over and getting beat, that's crazy. But the whole thing what you said about getting hate, that's normal though. You get that every. That's why I feel like that's not the same. If making someone go in there, you're not going there to say your life story so people can hate. You're there. I mean, you are. But you're saying it in a funny manner. You're there. Your aim is to make people laugh. But no, this life though, if you don't go out there and actually chase your dreams, and if you let fear affect you, then bro, you're never gonna make it out of the hood.
I remember the first time I heard the only thing to fear is fear, and I couldn't understand it, the concept of that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, overcoming things and growing as a person, I totally get it. Totally get it, because like, let's say you got a fear of holding animals and you go on a school trip and you have to hold one of them things. Once you're holding it, it's fine. It might feel a bit mad, but you realise there was no point being scared. Like when I was worried about how I came across in Who's Who, I watched some clips and I was like, I do look fine. I do look like I'm supposed to be here. But inside at the time, I was nervous because like the setup was wild. Like the people were fine. I don't care. I've met all kinds of types of people before and it's normal.
Yeah.
But the big light, bro, these lights were huge. I thought I was sunbathing and I'm thinking, this is a lot just for me to sit here. But then it also makes you realise no one really knows what's going on inside you apart from you. So who really cares? And no one cares about the little things that you do more than you do.
That there might be the best thing you ever said in your life. I'm joking. That's not you said that. But it's absolute facts. Like, this is one thing people need to understand. People always pick up inside of them the little things,
the tiniest of details.
No one cares.
And then you're watching it thinking, I barely noticed that until you pointed it out.
That is it.
When it could just be something that's a part of your personality that makes you you, and you're just gonna cut it off.
No one actually, unless there is, I don't even want to mention.
Unless it's something severe, then yeah, cool.
But the little thing, no one actually sits there and picks it out and tries to decide. No one does that. Unless there's actual haters out there when you're actually winning.
It definitely is.
But still, like, in the grand scale of thing, no one actually sits there and picks that out, like the little things. No, as you said, unless you do something severe, then
what you need to focus on is the quality of what you're doing and the efficiency you're doing it with. The rest of it is just you being you. There might be little things you need to deal with, like too many ums and ahs, too many breaks. But that's just practice. There's thousands of great speakers in the world who do all of these little things. There's thousands of great football players that do little things that aren't great. There's thousands of artists that have things they need to improve in. There's thousands of rappers that do things they need to improve in.
No one's, at the end of the day, no one in this life is perfect. That's one thing people need to understand. Especially in this generation, people like to paint this perfect lifestyle on Instagram, Twitter, Snap, social media.
It's all cap.
It's all cap. No one in this life is perfect.
Because if we were all perfect, personality wouldn't be a thing. We would be bored. We would actually be bored. What conversation can you have if everyone's perfect? Because there's going to be nothing new to you. There's going to be nothing new to learn.
Forever chase your dream. Don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of your dreams. T-shirt.
Yeah, you should.
Don't be scared of your dreams.
Like,
And
that's
the book
actually... All of these things can be sorted with such a simple concept that we're not taught, which is how you talk to yourself. Because if you're in your head saying, no one wants to hear about what I'm saying, instead of saying, what I have to say is valuable, obviously it has to be. But if you believe it, whole different thing. If you're playing sports and you're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to get this shot in, it's not going to go in. But if you're saying to yourself, I'm capable of doing this and I can do it, you're going to be loose. Your body's going to be, it's not going to be all tight. So you're actually going to have a higher possibility of it going in, because you're always going to miss anyway. So that's one mental health practice. You've got to learn how to chat to yourself.
Absolutely.
You got to learn to not be, yes, you have to be hard on yourself to get the best out of you. But in the beginning, you got to figure out what it is you need to improve on. So just go for it.
Absolute facts.
Nike used to say, just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. It's one of the best slogans. It's like, just do it. And John Cena, when he comes out with the title, never give up. Them two. What are you talking about? I'm being serious.
I know.
That never give up
I
from
know.
John Cena inspired me from my whole entire childhood, bro. Up until now, still inspires me till this day. That's why he's the GOAT.
Just do it.
To this day, just do it and never give up.
The GOAT of pro wrestling.
John Cena. I don't care what anyone says. That's my goal. Me personally, that's my goal.
It's got to be Triple H.
Are you talking in ring, on the mic?
Everything.
Everything. So what's The Rock?
The Rock. The Rock, his longevity wasn't there, bro.
Because he was so good, he had to transcend it.
To what? To acting? Was he a good actor?
I forgot. Yeah,
Is Rock a good actor?
Didn't we have this combo?
we did. That's why there's not much I can say.
Yeah.
But in terms of wrestling, I think he was so good that he had to move on. Because John Cena's cool. Actually, you know what? This probably just goes back to opinion. Because that time period for me was just amazing. And he embodied attitude. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I was not even to bust jokes, but when you're a few years older than me, so your era of wrestling was when the Rock.
Let
was
us
at its
know
peak.
who looks younger, me or David.
Brother. If I get a trim,
Let them
if I
know.
get a trim, not even that. If we both shave our beards, I look like a baby. I look like I'm 6.
I will look like a baby.
Brother, let's not do that. I promise you. People don't believe. People are shocked that I'm 26.
People are shocked that I'm about to be 30.
Bro, that was you like 3 years ago.
Okay.
How old was you 3 years ago? 26.
Yeah.
So exactly, we're talking about
Okay,
now.
okay, bro.
Well,
So I was working at Oval in 2017. I would have been like 24. This girl said I must be 16 and I had the beard.
Brother, whenever I say I'm 26, people say, they're like, nah, you're 21, bro. Well, I get the same shit, bro. I get the
Last
same,
year I was at work, working at a bar, and I got ID'd 11 times by everyone I was working with.
That's childish.
I say everyone, but girls. ID'd, bro.
That's childish. That's childish.
ID'd.
That's childish. But what was the point again?
The point is,
oh,
let
the
us
Rock.
know in the comments who looks younger.
No one cares about that. But the point is, yeah, like the reason why you say The Rock, I guess, because obviously when you grew up, The Rock was at its peak.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, the person that was at its peak was Cena. Even though The Rock was old, but like
Nah, The Rock was
on his way out of the.
he was kinda out at the. Are you talking about early John Cena or when he really became John Cena?
both. Like when he first made his
when he
debut,
was becoming John Cena,
that was when
The
he-
Rock was making very, very rare appearances. When he really became John Cena,
The
The
Rock
Rock
wasn't
was
there.
gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's the era I grew up in. As in when I was 10,
Yeah,
From
fair
the age
enough.
of
So it's
8
the
and 10.
feeling that you get from it, yeah.
and like yeah, Cena for me is my goal. Don't get me wrong, Rock is Rock, Steve
Stone
Austin,
Cold.
Triple H, Randy Orton, Edge,
Undertaker.
Edge.
Oh.
How could I forget Undertaker? Them man are all
Edge definitely grew into like an actual superstar.
for me. The
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels. No, you see Shawn Michaels' first stint?
Yeah, he was one of the,
When he came back,
in ring.
he got better.
Yeah, in ring was one of the greatest. How do we go from Rollins to that's wrestling shaped up her life a lot.
It's crazy, bro. I still look younger. I've been Arren,
And I've been Dave.
and we've been Too Real.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.
Peace.